Good morning, grade 7 students, and welcome to another English lesson. In this lesson, we are starting with the first part of the lesson 3E Speak and Write. As always, let's go through our learning objectives. By the end of this video, you will be able to first locate specific information after scanning the text. And second, you will be able to describe your town or city correctly. Let's start by opening your student book and turn to page 45 and let's get started. Look at the following pictures. These beautiful places are in the city mentioned in today's text. So in order to complete the speaking and the writing tasks, we are going to read a text and answer some comprehension questions. Can you guess which city the text will be about? Let's read the text to find out the answer. Before we start the reading task, let's learn new vocabulary words that are going to help us with the reading task. Look at the pictures. These people travel to enjoy themselves and visit places that are different from where they live. You see them in famous places taking photos and buying souvenirs. What do we call these visitors? That's right, tourists. Repeat after me. Tourists. For example, the museum was crowded with tourists. Next, these pictures are examples of famous places in Qatar. Tourists want to visit these places when they come to Qatar. What do we call a famous place in a country? Good. Site. Repeat after me. Site. For example, there are a lot of amazing sites to visit in Qatar. Now look at these pictures of amazing huge buildings. These impressive buildings have towers and thick, strong walls. These are the homes of people of historical importance like kings and queens. What do we call this large building? Excellent! Castle. Repeat after me. Castle. For example, I visited a famous castle in Scotland. Alright, do you know what we call a raised piece of land that is smaller than a mountain? Look at the pictures carefully. Correct. Hill. Repeat after me. Hill. For example, I could see the city from the top of the hill. Now I am sure you will be able to recognize the next vocabulary word. As you can see in these pictures, these mountains have holes on top with lava inside it. This is a volcano. Repeat after me. Volcano. For example, Mauna Loa is the largest active volcano on our planet. Okay, after learning the new vocabulary words, let's practice. For this practice, fill in the blanks with the missing words from the box. Read the sentences carefully and add the missing word. Let's do the first one together. Sentence number 1. A lot of visit Qatar every year. Qatar is a famous site in Qatar. So, of course, a lot of tourists visit Qatar every year. Please pause the video, complete the exercise, and come back when you are done. Alright, let's check your answers. Sentence number 2. The Eiffel Tower is famous in Paris. What do we call a famous place in a country? That's right. The Eiffel Tower is a famous site in Paris. Sentence number 3. There are some amazing in Scotland. If you answered castles for this sentence, then you are correct. There are some amazing castles in Scotland. Sentence number 4. Tom's house is at the top of this. The view is amazing. Do you remember the word that we use for a raised piece of land? Correct. Tom's house is at the top of this hill. And finally, sentence number 5. Mountain Vesuvius is In Italy. That is correct. Mountain Vesuvius is a volcano in Italy. Great! Now that we are done with learning new vocabulary words that we need for today's reading text, let's read. In your student book, page 45, please listen to the reading, follow along with your finger or pencil, and pay attention to pronunciation.
I live in Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland. It's one of the most beautiful cities in the world, and about 500,000 people live here. Edinburgh has got lots of amazing sights to visit. There's Edinburgh Castle, for example. This is in the city centre, and it is the most famous castle in Scotland. There are many hills in Edinburgh. One of them is called Arthur's Seat. It's an extinct volcano, and the view from there is brilliant. It attracts millions of tourists every year. Edinburgh is also famous for their Edinburgh International Festival, the largest arts festival in the world. It takes place in August, so it's the best time to visit the city. Edinburgh is a wonderful place to live. I love walking around the city streets with my friends. We often go shopping on Princes Street, the city's main street. Princes Street gardens are very close, so we usually go there for a picnic. It's never boring here.
Alright, now it's your turn to read the text. Please pause the video and read the text out loud. So after reading the text, which city does the writer describe in the text? Bravo, Edinburgh. What about these two famous sites? Edinburgh Castle and Arthur's Seat. Do you know where Edinburgh is? Yes, that's right. It's in Europe and in Scotland, to be more specific. And as the text already mentioned, Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland. Now it's time to answer the comprehension questions. Read the text again and answer the 7 questions. Question number 1. What place is the writer describing? Question number 2. Where is it? Question number 3. How many sites does the writer mention in the second paragraph? Question number 4. What event attracts people to the city? Question number 5. What does the writer think of this city? Question number 6. What does the writer enjoy doing in Princess Street Gardens? Question number 7. What adjectives does the writer use to describe the city? Please pause the video, find the answers in the text, and come back when you are done. Okay, let's check your answer. Question number 1. What place is the writer describing? Which city is the writer talking about? If you answered Edinburgh, then you are correct. This is actually the first thing mentioned in the text. I live in Edinburgh. Question number 2. Where is Edinburgh? Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland, so the correct answer is in Scotland. Question number 3. How many sites does the writer mention in the second paragraph? In the text, the writer mentions Edinburgh and Arthur's Seat, so the correct answer is 2. Next, question number 4. What event attracts people to the city? Well, the event that Edinburgh is famous for is the Edinburgh International Festival, the largest arts festival in the world. And you can find this information at the end of the second paragraph. Question number 5. What does the writer think of the city? The writer mentions in the text that Edinburgh is a wonderful place to live, so that is the correct answer. Question number 6. What does the writer enjoy doing in Princess Street Gardens? In the third paragraph, the writer mentions that Princess Street Gardens are very close to him, so they usually go there for a picnic. So the correct answer is he enjoys going for a picnic. Finally, question number 7. What adjectives does the writer use to describe the city? Find the adjectives in the text. The writer used adjectives such as beautiful, amazing, famous, brilliant, and wonderful to describe Edinburgh. Amazing, dear students! After reading the text and answering questions, let's check your understanding with a few more questions. These questions are not in your book, so please pay attention. Question number 1. How many people live in Edinburgh? Question number 2. Where is Edinburgh Castle? Question number 3. Is Edinburgh Castle famous? Question number 4. What is Arthur's Seat? Question number 5. Why does Arthur's Seat attract millions of tourists every year? Question number 6. Where can you go shopping? And finally, question number 7. When is the best time to visit the city? Please pause the video, go back to the text, answer these questions, and come back when you are done. Welcome back. Let's check your answers, dear students. So how many people live in Edinburgh? That's correct. 500,000. Now where is Edinburgh Castle? Good. In the city center. Is Edinburgh Castle famous? Yes, it is. It's the most famous castle in Scotland. Now what is Arthur's Seat? That's right. It's an extinct volcano. Why does Arthur's Seat attract millions of tourists every year? It is because the view from there is brilliant. Now where can you go shopping? Bravo, on Princess Street. And finally, when is the best time to visit the city? If you answered in August, then you are correct. Great! We have already read the text and answered questions, and this means we have achieved the first objective. We have located specific information after scanning the text. Now let's move on to the speaking task. Remember, dear students, the reading and the speaking tasks will help you tomorrow when you start brainstorming ideas for your writing. In exercise B, page 45 in your student book, think about your town or city. Look at the questions and try to answer them. You could describe the city that you currently live in Qatar or describe the city that you are from. Use the notes that you take to share the description of your town or city with your teacher or class. You can always practice speaking with your sister, brother, or your parents to complete this task. Now let's go through these questions. What's the name of your town or city? Where is it? What are some important features of it? Size or population, etc. What are some of the most interesting sites? What can people do there? What do you enjoy doing there with your friends? Finally, what do you think of your town or city? Now let me share with you an example that could help you complete this task. For my example, I am going to describe the city London. What's the name of your town and city? The name of my city is London. Where is it? London is the capital of the United Kingdom. What are some important features of it? Size, population, etc. For this question, I chose population, and the answer is there are about 9 million people who live here. Now, when it comes to population, you cannot always find the exact number of people, so we use about to show that it's an approximate number. What are some of the most interesting sites? Hyde Park is a very famous park in London. What can people do there? People can relax or have a picnic. What do you enjoy doing there with your friends? I enjoy shopping with my friends. What do you think of your town or city? London is an amazing place to live. Now it's your turn. Please pause the video, write down your ideas, and then discuss them with your class or one of your family members. By completing the speaking task, you will be well prepared for the writing task tomorrow, dear students. Well done! We have achieved the second objective, which is to describe your town or city correctly. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, stay safe, and see you in the second part.